Let me share my screen, but by maybe end we'll start building live project. We'll try as much as possible to finish up syntax and try to finish up a lot of things we are handling now, so that we can start building. We can start building real projects, like real projects. All right. Moving ahead, as I was explaining earlier, the div we already created the div, and we're also going to be creating another div. We're having two divs. One will have the width of 100%, while another one will have a width of let's say 1000 pixel. Then what we are going to do, we try to compare the two together. Let me create another div here, like div 2. I believe we all know what div are used for, so I'm not going to be explaining anything again. Now, inside the div, I'm going to create a CSS. We're going to create a CSS. I'm a lazy type. I don't like creating external CSS. It's just a small project we are going to build. So no need of creating external CSS. So internal. I'm going to be using internal CSS for this. All right, Musa, welcome. Okay. Uh, all right. Okay, inside here, we all know what uh, uh, the um, internal CSS either. Internal CSS can only be used in one particular page, while external can be used in multiple pages. And you linked external CSS, and also internal CSS, you don't link internal CSS. Now, what you are going to be doing here is to call in the div. Here we have div 1. Look at it, we have div 1, the one element. So to call a class, to call a selector, to call a class, just need to put dot, then div 1. Now, when I call div 1 here, it will affect this particular element here only. If I call, let me rename this into div 2. This is div 1, so I have to rename it. I have to rename it to div 2 as well. Let me. All right. So I hope you guys are seeing my screen very well, right? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. As usual, I don't need to open this. Then I'm giving it a background of. Is that what I have there? The class name, right? Okay. Okay. DV. This name remember me about my those days. DV, my man. He's now in Yankee. Since how many years now? He refused to come back. All right, let's move ahead. All right, that's div 1, right? Div. All right. Okay, background. Um, I'm giving a background. Div 1. Who should they put that talking about? Is it Div 1? Let me confirm that. Okay, okay. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. I think all right. Is my skin slow or fast? I want to know. Is it slow or fast? It's okay. Okay. Let me give color. Uh dark dark blue. Then also we are going to be giving it a weight. A weight, maximum weight of 100%. No, this will have 100% as the maximum weight. All right, we are good to go. Let me Let view. Man, I like dark, oh, my nigga. Black is the best, man. Leave waiting tell us say black na devil, white na God. Yeah, I like okay. Um, nothing is showing. Let's go back. No, I'm not using. I'm not using. I'm not using. I'm not using external CSS. Let me do something, guys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me do something. Height 50 pixels. It doesn't matter. Okay, because we didn't add height, so that's why it didn't show. Because we didn't have height, I think we should be able to have to put a bit of height. Now, the reason why it will not show is because we didn't add anything. If as we added right up, it will show. You understand? Right up automatically header automatically add a padding and margin. It coming padding and margin in default, having a break line. We are required to add. If you don't add, you don't want to add any write up at all. So you are required to add, let's say, height. But let me put some few write up. Let me add some few write up. Like let me get some few write up and see. Get some few write up. I always read the Vanguard news. Let me get some few write up here. Get some few write up. Let me get some write up here. No, Naira is my favorite too. After Vanguard news is Naira. I only read newspaper. This one and Naira. That's all. Vanguard news and Naira. The only news I will read, and then I'll go to it. I'll go around, and abuse people that are abusing people with the concern. All right. Yeah, it's tired now. Um, don't worry, I leave that man. Leave that man. What you just say? If you want to, if you want to, no, he told Femi, the spokesperson of the Ashawo guy, coming from one party to another. If Femi Kayode because you told him that Femi Kayode is my boy. You want him, yeah. Say give him food. Say give him money. He will open his mouth and talk. Right? Yeah. No. Okay. Now, if you notice here, the right top is bigger than our height, right? The right top is bigger than our height. So what I'm going to do is to at least give it small height, but uh, I know what I'm doing. We'll fix it later. Let's give 100% height. Okay. This 100% height, the color should be white so that you can be seeing everything. I don't want to do it. Just show you guys something. Then we'll move ahead. We have a new topic this night. Then we'll move ahead. Okay. I think that is okay. That is fine. Now let's also create and let me show you something, guys. I have to reduce this thing. Let me reduce this right up a bit. I'm not going to stand for this. Let me reduce it right up. Let me reduce it right up. I don't want the right up to be too big. If I want the right up to be big, I know how to go about it. Okay. If it's you see what's happening, Nabi? I see what's happening. If it's screw like this, you see that the weight is automatically adjusting, and the right up is breaking without missing a line. Are we together? I'm not. If you screw, you see that you notice that the right up adjust automatically. The smaller the size, the smaller the right top will adjust. It's not breaking, like it's not breaking the right top, it's not covering the right top. It automatically adjusts to the size of the device. Are you with me? If you not, you see it here now. You see what I'm doing? You don't see what I'm doing. uh Now, the work of the percentage is that it will adjust the size of the div and the right content inside to fit the size of that device. But in pizza, it's not that way. Pizza will just cut everything. Now let's use pizza for instance, so you see. We copy this, we copy this right up, we copy this right up, come here. Let where we have div plus hmm? So I like using comment. So I like using comment. So here is the div with 100% width. Right, right. So I don't have to just duplicate this. Come here. Here is a div with pixel, with set a 500 pixel. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call in the div. I think it's div two, right? Then I will give it a background, a different color of background. You all know my favorite color. I don't need to tell you. Orange. Yes. All right. Then right. Then I'll exactly. All right. The weight to be 600 pixel. He said you can't use maximum width in percentage. Maximum width in this. You can't use it. It's just normal width. So the color white, use any color, not color white. Let me just use this color. Then 100% height, 100 pixel. All right. Let's see what happens. Okay. So yeah, let increase this a little also. Let make it 1,000. 1,000 pixel. Or let make it 1,200 pixel. No, 1.5 is too much. Even 1.2 is too much. Sef. 1.2 is even too much. 1.2 is too much. Yeah, see, I've added the screw bar here. Have you seen it? Yeah? Have you seen my screen? Yes. Yeah, I added the screw bar. So, so I need to just use 1,000. Where it is 108. You see, have you seen the disadvantage of using I think it's okay now, Abi. Yeah? Now, this one is having a div. This one is having a percentage. Now let's see what happens. What do you notice? What do you notice here in between the div? Have you seen it? Now I don't see them now. Now I don't see them now. Shokunabi. So have you seen it? Yes. So yeah, yes. Yeah. Have you seen? He added a screw bar. Now look at it now. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? So I don't need to tell you the difference now. So If you want to be using percentage, no concern me. If you want to using div, but I also say that see what happen is that div, when you are using div, uh, div pixel should only be used. Pixel should only use inside the div, not a container that is wrapping the whole div. Like the one you are seeing on your screen now. Pixel should be used just here, inside this div, inside. But the percentage should be used as the main container. You know the reason why I've not started teaching this. We have not started learning about jQuery and responsiveness. When we start learning about jQuery and responsiveness, you will learn all these things. You know when your site, yes, the question makes sense well, so that people can learn. So you have seen the difference between pixel and percentage, right? So when I say percentage is responsive, while pixel is not responsive, this is what I'm. As you go now, it automatically resize the div to fit the the current the current screen of the device. So that is it. That is it. I want us to do something this night. I want us to do something. Yes, it's applicable for pictures as well. It's applicable for pictures as well. But pictures will be inside a div. Pictures will be inside a div. It only use percentage if you are using this div. See, percentage are just for responsive now. If you're not using div, for you to add a picture, you must put the picture inside a container, and that container should have 100% width. So, if inside the container will adjust it automatically. It can't break the container. You grab, it can't break the container. The container will adjust it automatically. So I want us to do one. I want us to do one like few things this night. How to use it. You know what this one we have been using. We have been using inbuilt font, like inbuilt font family. I know we all understand what is font, right? Font family, how to use fonts in your website, in your application. You want to know how to do that, right? To use fonts. Good. Now we have been using inbuilt font. I'm also going to be introducing you to how you can use Google Fonts or any kind of API. The class yesterday, I was about introducing that to them, but some of them said they are tired, so I have to um, postpone the topic to today. Now we are going to be learning how we can use external font. For instance, you are given a job to a project to build. Sorry. Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. You are given a project to build, and in that project they give you they present a design for you to use. They present a design for you to use, and that design they choose a font style you will use for the content. They will basically choose everything for you. Their company there are a lot of company when they give you a job to do, they will give you the font size, they will give you the design. So you are required to build that project exactly the way it look in the design. So when you have this kind of situation and the font size you are presented to is not you didn't find this font size in the inbuilt CSS or HTML project. So you are required to use external font. In this situation, what you need to do is to use external font. So we have free Google fonts you can use. I'm going to be showing you how to import those Google fonts and use it instead of using the inbuilt font we have in our CSS and HTML. So to do that, uh, let's do that briefly. So briefly, come to CSS. To CSS, I will be looking for searching for font. Search for Google. Let me just search for fonts. Okay, all right. I think here is about font. All right, all right. Okay, yeah, the different with there you can see different kind of font. These are inbuilt font we have already. We all know that different kind of font you will use in um in their projects. You can see different kind of font, but this is not the font I'm looking for. The one I'm looking for is web font. I mean, I mean, okay, Google font. The one I'm looking is for Google font. So Google font is what I'm looking at. Now, if you do not want to use any of the standard font in HTML, you can use Google fonts. Now, Google fonts are free to use, and they have about thousands of fonts to choose from. How can we use Google fonts in our HTML? Now, we are required to add a CSS style link in between opening tag and the closing tag of our head. Now, if you want to link CSS, we all know that to link CSS, what you need to do is to add the link in between. If you are using external CSS, you are required to add the link in between opening tag and the closing tag of your head. So let me change this CSS to external CSS. Let me change it to external CSS. I have to copy the whole this whole code here, and let me create a file. Are we together? I'm just creating a file, style.css. Okay, I'm pasting this here. Right. So this is my new CSS file. If you come here, um, our design will not display. If you look at it, you can see that our design is not displaying. So we need to link the CSS. To link that CSS, we need to come in between our head. We also need required to remove this in between our head here. Link, you enter. Yeah, here is the type of the link, the type of the CSS file you are linking. Then I also want to call my CSS style.css. The reason why I'm calling style.css, if you look at here, I store my CSS in the same directory with my index.html, not in a separate folder. If I'm if my CSS is stored in a separate folder, so I'm required to call the folder name. But in this case, I didn't store my CSS in a separate folder. Please, if you are hearing me, say yes, 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 so that not be talking to. All right. So, all right, all right. Let move ahead. Let move ahead. Let move ahead. Now, what I'm going to be doing now is that go back to add to have Google Font API. To be able to use a Google Font API, you must have access to internet because these fonts are stored in the library, and for you to use those fonts, you are required to have access to the API. And also, as I'm teaching this class, I would like you guys to quickly register to quick register here. We are going to be making use of after this class. I'm going to be teaching icon, awesome icon. So you can quickly register here. Let me drop the link for you. Register here. Then when you register, they will give you a link. A link. Copy the link and keep it safe. We are going to be using the link. Let me drop it here. I'm dropping it in the comment section. Can you register to this awesome phone? Register, then get your link. Yeah, link. We're going to be talking about that and any moment from now. Let's continue. Now, when you look at here, when you look at my screen, you will see example. Here, you want to use a Google font named Sophia from Google Font. Google Font have a URL, a link you are required to copy. When you copy that link, you will put that link in between an open tag of your head. The way you link your CSS. If you look at here, you link your CSS you call the folder name, but this one you are linking it from the cloud directly, like the way you usually copy your external image. So this one you just copy it and put it in between your head here. Then when you put it in between your head, you can be able to use the Google font. Now to use a Google font, you also need to call the font name. You are just like the link you are giving your CSS access to import to import the font using that link. Then you are now calling the link. So let's do this briefly. Let's do this briefly so that we can understand. So to do that, we are required to use the link. Then in the body here, where if we look at this link, if you observe in this link, we have family, then we have Sophia equals to Sophia. So this font, the font we are importing is Sophia font. When that Sophia font, you will see we have Sophia font in the display here. Then here you will see body. In the body, you will see font family, Sophia, uh, Sin, Serif. So these are the fonts. Now, to be able to have access to the font, all you need to do, come to Google. When you come to Google, you type Google font, Google font. Click on Google font. Then when you look at it, you will see that we have font.google.com. In this font.google.com, then you click on font. Now, if you click on font here, you will see you have a lot of web font, Google font, blah. But what you are looking for, you are just looking for font. So what you need to do, come to this right hand side, click on it. You will see we have font. Click on that font. Now when click on that font, you will see you have different kind of font here. Now I want you to see this. When you look at here in this right hand, you will see we have this box. Then we have red. Now this red means we already have a default font. Already have a default font highlighted. So I just want to just remove that default font. I'll scroll down. Then I'll have to just remove this font entirely. Now, when you remove that font, you see you don't have any font yet. Choose a font. So I'm going to be choosing a font. You can also search for a font here. You can search for a font here. Sophia, or any kind of font you want to use, you can search for that font and make use of that font. You can see different fonts we have here. But me, I don't want to search any font. So what I need to do is to scroll down and select the font I want. Okay, we use this font. I will use this font, this one. Let's try this font and see if we have other font that is good also we can as well make use of those fonts. Are we communicating? Okay, all right. I'm searching a font. We have thousands of fonts here to use. Okay, let's make use of this font. Let me go to this font. Now, to use this font, what you need to do is to click on the font. It will open. Now you will look at it, see the person who designed this font. By. Uh-huh. Okay, let's scrolling down. Now when you scroll down, you will see we have a select regular 400. You will scroll down again. I think we'll see another option, various option there. And then we have only one option here. Select regular 400. Now to use this font, you need to click on select regular 400. But before that, look at this place. You can see we don't have any red dots. Immediately you click on select, you will notice here we have a red dot here. That means you have selected this font. You can select as much as font you want. You can select as much as font you want. So what we're going to be doing next is to um, use this font. When you click here and you scroll down a little, scroll down here, you will see a link. You see this two link. This one is link. That means remember we are using link, and this will be inside the head. Look at embed this font, embed a font, copy the code into You are head of HTML. Are you reading this? So you copy this code, this particular code here, all this whole code, into our head of our HTML. You copy it. When you copy it, you come in between your head of your HTML. Look at it here. In between this head, and paste this code. Your work is just paste this code here. Just paste this code. Don't need to read anything. Paste the code. It's a library. It's a link to the library. Then we paste the code. You can see we have two code here. One, two. To reveal me that paste the code, I don't even know the work of the code. I'm just following instruction. So when you look at here, you will see that we have family, the name of the font plus the name of the font then plus this. You can see the name of the font here. Now another thing we also need to do is that another thing we also need to do is that after we have imported imported our fonts, there's one thing left. You go back to the browser. When you scroll down, you will see CSS rule to specify font family. Are you seeing this? How many of you are seeing the CSS rule to specify font family? So we all know that this is how we will call in our fonts. You can just copy this, no true talk, copy this. Now, this is our current font. Look at our current font here. If I replay this in the div, our, our current font will change. Let me do that. I'll come to my CSS. Then I just need to just paste this here. So how many of you are seeing this? I pasted this here. Then let's see what happened. Have you seen our font have changed? Do you notice any changes? Okay, notice changes, right? We are not using inbuilt font again. We are using Google Font. Any question regarding this? So I could move on to adding an icon. How you can add icon to your button, maybe to your list. We'll do that. Then how to add icon. Any question? Any question? Okay, let's move ahead. It's only we'll do icon, then we'll call it a day. Then I'll give you guys assignment. Please, the two concept. The two concept. I hope the two concept are here. I'm going to be giving assignments. The assignment you will submit on Tuesday. Is the two concept here? The deputy checker, are you here? Then Mr. John, are you here? Is it? They are not here. It's not fair now. Yeah. You see, this is why they like sacking. They sack you. Eh? If I sack now, they will say that I'm not considerate. But knowing the fact that when you what as as a leader, you should be able to able to accept the responsibility given to you. That responsibility to make sure that you are in class. If you have urgent message you pass that message. Now, if I'm giving assignment now, who will record those assignments? Who will tell them to do the assignment? I will not be doing everything. I will not be doing anything. You need to look into this. I know the network may be bad, but at least I expected them. Okay, it's okay. So please let move ahead. Let move ahead. And now I want to add. I don't know. I think we've learned how to style a button, right? We've done that, right? No need to be going back and front. We've done how to style button, right? Have we done that? Okay. Okay. Now what we are going to be doing now is we are going to be learning how to add button in our link. To add button in our link. Now earlier I sent a link. I sent Earlier I sent a link. Awesome. I sent a link for you guys to register. on that link. So let's look at what we have there. Fund awesome fonts, also icon. Sometimes you notice when you visit some website, you will see icon like if you say join us on Facebook, you will see Facebook icon, right? You see Twitter icon. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that in this tutorial. How to can be able to add icon, awesome icon in your list. For instance, let's say you have a list of a button where people can join you on social media or where people can contact you, maybe say phone number, email address. So we are going to be learning how we can add a link to those elements. To do that, you need to go to Awesome. Then when you go to Fun Awesome icon, you click on this icon here. When you click on icon, you will see we have about 19,000 icon. You have about a free icon about 2018 icon. These are icon we have. These are free icons. So we are going to be using the free icon. See how we can manipulate this icon and use them in our project. So do that need to click this icon. How many of you have created account? How many of you have created account? Anybody created account? When you when you create account, did you okay? When you created account, uh, uh, do you have did I give you any fund like in your when you created account yesterday? When you created account yesterday, you should have a link, a unique link, a link. At least immediately you created that account, you should have a link. Yesterday you created account, you should be given a link. How many of you have the link? You should be given a link, a long link. Okay, I have dropped the URL. I've dropped the URL. Okay, the account, the reason why you're creating the account. Okay, if you want to use see if you want to use, let's say you want to use the if you notice when we are working with our Google Fonts, we have given a link to add in between our head, right? A library. For you to utilize a library, you need to import a link. Now, for you to use any of these icon, you would use to import a link. You are required to use the link in between opening tag and closing tag of your head. We are doing this to give your CSS or your HTML access to use any of these icon. Are we together? This icon have classes. Each of these icon have classes. For instance, if you click on Facebook here, we click on Facebook. If you click on Facebook, if you click on this Facebook, you will notice that we have a we have this class here, this SS class, FA dash brands, FA dash Facebook. So this is a CSS class. Now, if you want to add Facebook in your button, like if you want to have a Facebook, if you want to add Facebook in your button, you are required, you are actually required to you're actually required to use this this you are required to use this class in between an open tag of your button and close tag of your button. We are going to be doing that. So let's move ahead. Move ahead. Icon. We have in our CSS book. Uh, I've dropped the link already now. Let me drop it again. You said, what is that? Yes, he copied the code. Just send me their email. The link won't give you access to that code again. Copy that code. That code now they say to copy. Copy that code, paste it there so that anybody who don't have the code will copy it from there. We are calling just like a link. A link we are going to be adding inside in between opening tag of our head and closing tag of our head so that we can be able to have access to the library. This is what we call library. These are libraries. These are libraries. When you will see tons of different kind of icon so that we can be able to utilize that icon using their classes. I'm going to be explaining this later. Are we together? Are we together? Okay. Any question, drop the code so that when we are doing that, anybody can copy the code and use the code. For the purpose of this class, I'm going to be building button. I know most of us know how to make use of button. I'm going to be building a smaller button. Please pardon me. I'm going to be building a button because the purpose of this class. So when you look at it, you see that we have icon. We have icon here. Icon can easily be added to your HTML page by using icon library. Are we together? So by tomorrow you have access to this tutorial. I think the book is ready. I need to attach your code. Now, how to add icon? How to add icon? The simplest way to add icon to HTML page is with icon library, such as font auction. The same way we just did. Now, adding the name of the specified icon classes to any inline element. Now, the reason why you are using inline element to add icon so that it will not break. You remember, inline element uh, does not open a new line. Inline element, when you put an inline element, it will align in the same line, while block element will break and give you a new line like div, H1, paragraph. Those are block elements. So why the span, list, so not list rather, italic are inline element, label are inline element. So now to add a font icon, you need to copy this link. I believe most of you have this link, this particular link as you are seeing here. Font action link, this is the link. You are not required to download anything whatsoever. Let's go straight to the practical and see how we can add the link. We'll continue for our project, but I'm going to be doing that in the top. First thing I'm going to be doing is to create inside my HTML, inside my HTML, yeah, yeah, I'm going to be creating, let's say, I'm going to be creating like three different icon. I want to create Facebook. I want to create Twitter. I want to create Instagram. I want to create website. So we are going to be adding icon to our. We are going to be adding this icon to our list. To do that, first thing I'm going to do is to create my anchor tag. In this anchor tag, we all know what the anchor tag is. We are not linking it to anywhere here. We are not having anywhere you are linking your anchor tag. You click hash. Then here we have Facebook. Next, we have anchor tag. We have Twitter. Twitter. Please mute your mic. Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Who is that person? Please mute your mic. The next one we have hash. We are not having internet now. Hash. Um, we're having what are we having next? Instagram. Then YouTube. Right? Okay. Okay. Let's just say website. I'm adding this out because I don't have anywhere to link it. All right, I think we are good to go. Let's see what happened then. So we have this. We have this here. Let's see how we can style our icon. Let's see how we can style our icon to style our link. Okay, let's go down here. Okay, Now, when you look at this icon here, I think we've talked about this. Um, on visitor link is blue. On visitor link is blue. You can see the normal link here is blue. When you create a default link, you will see blue. This blue icon. We all know that when you create a default link, it show blue. We are over. Then we go straight to how to style our icon. Now to style our icon, we have the properties mostly used to remove underline. So first we remove the underline by using text decorator. Uh-huh. Now add underline. So you can just come to this documentation and see how you can add background to your icon, remove whatever underline or every other thing you want. So now what I want to do here is I want to I want to align this particular element in the center. As you notice, we don't have any div yet. There's no div or a wrapper that is wrapping this all these elements. There's no div or wrapper. So I'm going to be adding a div so that I can be able to align that div, text align to center, be able to have my link to move to center, centralize or center alignment. To do that, let me create a class and a div dot div 3. This should be our div 3. Then div 3. So in between this div, let me just copy this Facebook. Let me copy this Facebook and paste here. And nothing changed, still nothing happened. It's still the same way. But for you to be able to, notice if you are having a div, just come down here and click on inspect. You can see here we are having a div with a class of 3. When you open that div, you will see that everything here is inside this particular div. So I can decide to move this to center and it will move automatically. Let's just try it here in our browser. Text align, center. You can see it have moved to center. So nothing changed here. If you reload it, it will still go back to normal. I just want to do it so I'll show you guys how it works. So what we are going to be doing to our CSS, we are coming inside our CSS. Um, I like doing it from up here. Let me copy let me copy this. So here is the div. Here is the div for social media icon. Are we together? So all right. Sorry. So now to styling to start styling my div here, I need to call in this div 3. I need to call in this particular div 3. So I'm calling that div 3 div 3. Then I will say text align center. So you can see, sir. No, it's inside. No, it's inside a div. I don't need to put anchor. It's inside a div. Look at it here now. It's inside a div. Our anchor are inside this div. I don't need to put anchor. Are you getting me? Our anchor are inside the div. I don't need to move it to center. Do you understand? Okay, let's move ahead. Now, what are we going to be doing next here? Please tell us what are we going to be doing next. What are we going to be doing next? Eh? To add margin, right? A kind of space, right? We add a kind of space. Okay, we are going to be adding space here. Let's see, whether add a space here. So we add margin. Where are we adding the margin? Eh? Where are we adding? Which element are we using to add the margin? Which element are we using to add the margin? It's not necessary. We already have a div here now. Element div. Are you guys there? We already have a div. These guys are done. Let me come to the parlor. Then you guys talk. Are you guys with me? We already have a div anchor. We have a div anchor here. We have a div anchor div. So what I'm going to do is to come here, anchor, then enter. So we will now say margin, right? Margin, all round margin, left, right, center, bottom. All round margin, we will say let's use 10 pixel, 10 pixel. Okay, see what happened, right? In between each in between each in between each anchor, you see there is space. Do you notice it? So another thing we are going to be doing next, another thing we are going to be doing next is to remove this underline here. To remove this underline, when it comes to our document, we are document here. To remove underline, they said use to remove underline, text decorator. So text decorator, we are going to remove wood underline, change it to none. To text decorator will be none. And when it come here, you see that we no longer have underline. Do we have underline? Okay, good, good and fine. All right, let's move ahead. All right, another thing we are going to be doing next is I don't like blue. I'm changing. I want to change all this into capital letter. I want to change all this font to capital letter. To do that, I use what we call text transformation. Right? We are going to use text transformation. So to do that, we come here, text transformation, then we all cap. Or you can use capitalize. Capitalize means that I'm changing each of the letter to be capital. So we call you see that F, this, I'm okay with this. Each of the letter will be capital. We together. Now another thing I'm also going to be doing is that if you notice, Facebook have its own background, which is blue, right? Facebook usually blue, right? Twitter is what is Twitter color? What is the color of Twitter? Light blue, right? Instagram, what is the color of Instagram? Blah blue. Do you say blah blue? Do you say blah blue? Okay. See, my network is a bit bad. I'm back now. Back online. All right. Football is a scam. Let me continue. Okay. No, no, no. These guys, what is PSG? Don't win their match. They lose 1-0 against Rome. Small club. Oh. So can you guys see my screen, Nabi? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? I want to know if you are seeing my screen. Okay, let's move ahead. So what we are going to do here is that I'm going to be adding on. I will add background. Let's say in Instagram, I'll add red background. In YouTube, I'll add red background. Maybe red border. In Facebook, I'll add blue background. Please just drop the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Drop that color for me, please, so that I will use them. I'll use them. Drop it on the comment section so that I can make use of them. I want to use different color. I'm not using all, like I want to use different color here. Like, you understand? So in Facebook here, I want to use a different color. Now, how I'm going to celebrate this color, because as it stands now, I am using, they are all in one thief. Anchor, anchor, anchor. If I add background now, let's say let me add background. Now, when I come to this anchor, I add background. See what's gonna happen. If I add background here, now you notice that all of them will have the same background. I don't know if you are seeing it. So how are we going to separate those background? Giving each of the element having their background. What are we going to do? Knowing the fact that we are using what's that called? Thank you. Yes, yes, thank you. Knowing the fact that we are using uh we use a class, so you don't need to spam me, just give it a class. What are you spamming for? You like spam, man. God, you like spam well well. Alright, we just need to give it a class. A class, let's say Facebook, then class. Also, you guys can see my screen, right? Twitter, then class, um, Instagram, class, sorry, um, YouTube, then class, website. So we have like different class here. I want to give Facebook sky blue. I just need to copy the class. I come here, um, dot Facebook, uh, border. I don't want to give it a background. I only give it border. I want to give Facebook border, border sky blue, then a solid, uh, sorry, border, border, border 20 pixel solid, right? Then a sky blue. Right, let's see what happened. I think we are border color. Just hold on. It's border, not border color, my dear. It's border. Thank you. I'll make it concept. Yeah, I'll give you portfolio very soon. Yeah. I want to collect portfolio. You're not saying anything. Okay, we have this border here. I don't like this border. I don't like this. I don't like this. Um, let's give it just normal blue. Let's give it just normal blue. Okay, it's okay. Then I also want to change the color. Change color. I want to change color to something else. Change the color to, let's say, kind of red. So let's see what happens. So you can see we have this blue. I'll give it a lighter blue, a very lighter blue. I I prefer lighter blue. Let's grab here. Should have a lighter blue here. Okay, then that should go. Alright, let's reduce the border. Let's reduce the border. But that is too big. Let's just give two pixel. Alright, guys, what are we going to do here? You have to make sure that it's spacing between our border and our Facebook. Eh, Oga, Oga, who say margin? Who say margin? Who say, no, what's the work of you that say? Okay, tell us the work of the padding, please. I want to allow. Okay, we are going to add padding, right? Padding all round. Let me say padding all round. 30 pixel. It's too big, right? It's too big. Hmm? 20, and it's also too big. Now let me give space. Let me give space in between this our div and also our. Let me give space in between our div. Let's check something here. Here we have the three. I'll give the three padding margin top so I can have space. The three. Let me give it a margin top. Then margin top should be 100 pixel. Then let's check it and see what happen. So I think we have the bit space here. Let's also give this the let's give it margin bottom. Margin bottom 100 pixel. Okay, I think we have a space now. Now when you look at this when you look at this face here, you can see that the bit like kind of a a huge space around here. So what I want to do now, listen attentively. What I want to do now, I want to share the space. Let me say margin left, margin right, margin bottom. I will use a shorthand for that, please. I will use a shorthand for that. Inside the Facebook, I'll use a shorthand for that. Removing this. Now, let me say padding. The first the first padding here is, let's say we have 20 pixel, which is padding top, 10 pixel. This is padding top. This first padding here means padding top. Now let's see what happened. You can see there is a padding top there. While padding left and right is zero. Now next one is padding right. Let's say padding right 20 pixel. You can see we have padding right here. Sorry, let me give this zero. Then let's say we have next one is padding bottom. Let's say padding bottom. Let's say 5 pixel. Next one is padding left. Let's say 2 pixel. Let's just see some. Let's check so you see what I'm trying to tell you. Now, when you see padding, padding left is 2 pixel. So you see, look at it here. This is padding left, 2 pixel. Padding bottom is 5 pixel. If I change it to pixel, 2 pixel, you see what's going to happen. This you can see padding left, padding bottom, and padding left. So how to differentiate this is that here is padding bottom, here is padding bottom, here is padding left. Sorry guys. Here is padding bottom, here is padding left. Now here is padding top, here is padding right. So what I'm going to do is to give my padding right, left to 20 pixel. If I do that, I see what happen. I have this space in between my two elements. I just say, okay, padding bottom. I don't give my padding bottom like 5. Are we together? Are you guys even following up at all? Are you guys following up? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Uh, are you following up? I just explained about padding now. How to differentiate the shorthand padding. Instead of you writing padding top, padding left, padding right, padding this, you just use a shorthand padding. Do you people understand my explanation there? What's happening to that? Can you guys hear me? I was just told on a bit. This my brother na glow. Glow. Yeah. I'm using glow. Glow is the best network, whether I like it or not. I have I'm using Spetternet. Don't mind me. I dey use Spetternet. I have Spetternet. I have Interseed. I have this other one. What's his name? Smile. But sometimes they misbehave. So I'm sad they misbehave. I use Spetternet. I can't use Glow. God forbid. Am I using Glow for? Even MTN, only network that is reliable. I just rebooted my Wi-Fi, so it's coming up. Only network that is reliable is what's it call it um Airtel. Yeah, and their data is very exorbitant. So their data is very exorbitant. If you just subscribe before you know it's finished. So they have a good network. They have a good network. MTN is still misbehaving these days. Like my wife was complaining. Before she can browse with her MTN, she have to make a phone call for her to browse. She have to call somebody for her to browse. So I think they belong, they belong to it. But Glow is the worst. MTN is fair. I think I'm back now. I'm back. Let me try. Let me connect back again.